Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel and to this video. Today I will be doing some bookmarks, and I'm using this Fontaine watercolor paper 300 GSM or 140 pounds. It is cold press watercolor paper, 100% cotton, 20 by 40 centimeters or 8 by 15.5 inches, which I have divided into 5 equal parts, and I'm gonna do 5 bookmarks. But of course, if you like, you can just make one painting. Also, I have prepared a template for my pot because I do want all 5 pots to be completely the same. So I'm just tracing them onto the paper. And after that, I will sketch each, I guess, bookmark. Those are going to be cactuses, some aloe vera, but of course you can just do whatever you like. I decided to do a different plants, different cactuses. I'm just sketching those lightly with my pencil. And well, I guess you don't have to be really bothered a lot with the shape. There is not a sketch, but I do believe this is pretty simple to do. For the pot, I will be mixing blue. This is blue turquoise and black with twist from my color collection, from my watercolor collection, and also a little bit of the yellow. And for the pots, first I'm pre-wetting the paper and then just adding the mixture that I did on top of the pot, and on the right side a little bit darker, making it look like there is some shadow there. And then after that, just smudging it all or softening, moving it around with just a clean water. And same thing I'm gonna do for all 5 pots. When I'm finished with that, I left it to dry completely, and then I'm starting with my first bookmark with the first cactus, and I'm gonna do them in different colors. I'm not gonna be bothered with the colors they are in nature. I'm just gonna do a fun color palette. So for the first one, I have chosen pink. This is skin pink, and just add a little bit of the, I guess this is a pink from my new color palette, again from the Dream palette. And you can see I'm just painting again the right side a little bit darker and the left side a little bit lighter, just minding where maybe the shadows are going to be. Some of those parts are darker in the lower part, some are darker in the upper part, some are darker left, some right, depending on where the shadow is casted. But you know, again, I'm not really bothered with that. I'm not gonna make it perfect and just think about every single detail and the light source. I'm just minding that, but again, as I said, I'm just having fun and adding the color where it feels right. So now a few splatters with the pink, and also I have added the back side of the pot, this time a little bit darker. Now mixing some green and yellow to get this lighter yellow greenish color. This is something like a sap green, so if you have a sap green, you can use that one. And then again, adding on some parts a little bit more pigmented color with the second brush. I'm just moving that paint around, leaving some parts lighter for some texture, a little bit more interest, and now just adding green in some parts, again to add a little bit more texture and variety in color. Same thing I'm doing for the other 2 leaves, leaving some parts again white, and some splatters with green just to make it a little bit looser. And also I did a few details with this detail brush on the edges of my cactus. I've added a little bit of the pigment and then moved it around it, soften it. Back side of the pot again with a little bit more saturated, same colors but a little bit more saturated. For the third one, I have chosen yellow, warm yellow, and some coffee brown. This is a lighter brown for the lower part where the shadows are. And going upwards, it is a little bit lighter, yellowish, and then also a little bit more watered down paint. I'm gonna do all parts of this third cactus same way, adding a little bit of the brown just on the edges for some shadow. And again, as I said, you can use any color you like. You can paint all of them green if that's your preference, or just do whatever you like. Some rainbow colors, you can use it here. This is a fun. We're not trying to make it realistic, so whatever you use, it will be fine. And you could have seen I'm using a couple of brushes. So one for adding one pigment, other one for softening the color, and the third one for the other pigment. And again, some splatter with yellow and coffee brown. But of course, you can definitely use one brush. I'm using more brushes because I don't want to have to go to the water all the time, to my water jar. And when you are doing that, rinsing your brush and going back to the paint, of course, you are just watering down that paint. And I did wanted to leave it a little bit more saturated in my palette, so I decided to use more brushes. This time some blue turquoise and green turquoise. For the third one, this is aloe vera. Well, I guess it's not blue, but I wanted to make it blue, so why not? Same thing again. Upper part is a little bit lighter, lower part a little bit darker. Just adding in some parts a little bit of a shadow, more pigment for the shadow. And top, I'm painting a little bit more saturated blue. Some details with the detail brush. Some splatters, of course. You can see that there is a pattern for all those pots and all those plants. And for the last one, I'm using violet. And this is the only color I'm using, a little bit less saturated for the upper part and more pigmented, more saturated for the lower part. But the same color. And of course, as I said, you can use this as bookmarks, as cards, this idea, or you can just paint one longer landscape painting to hang on the wall. That's also fine. It looks very nice, one next to each other, one next to other. So a little bit more of the details with the darker pigment. Again, splatters with violet, and I also decided to do a couple of splatters with black on this one. Back side of the pot. And a little bit more of the details to the pot. I did add one more line, but you can see I left just a little bit white space between that line and the back of the pot, and then just soften it downwards. Also added few details with this white Posca pen, just for some highlights on some of the cactuses here and there. And then I used Pigma Micron ink pen to add some spines to all of them, and I'm just placing them on top of each leaf and also on the sides, just a couple of them in one go. For the third one, I'm just adding them on the edges, and also for the aloe vera, I'm just making a sharper edge. And for the last one, again, for same way as I did for the previous two, a little bit more of the shadow just beneath each plant. And with that, I'll be finishing these bookmarks and this video. I hope you had fun. You can write in the text. I was thinking whether or not I'm gonna write the text in the upper part, but at the end I decided I'm not gonna do. Maybe later on I will do it, but for now I just left it the way it is. Maybe I will use it as one painting. So that's just up to you, whether you want to add text or not, whether you want to use it for bookmarks, for cards, for painting, whatever you like, or just fun practice. That's up to you. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit the like button and share it, comment. If you haven't still, please do subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate that a lot. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!